everyone, welcome to Lipstick on a Rig. Today we're going to be making this super simple beanie that only requires the chain stitch and the slip stitch. For this project, I'm going to be using a whole bunch of leftover yarn that I have from my previous beanie videos. And so these are going to be all different colors, but I do recommend that you use yarn that is the same size, weight, brand, and type for this project. And if you want to do this in a solid color rather than multiple colors, then please check the links in the description. And for this project, we're going to be using a size F or 5 crochet hook. And you can use a different size crochet hook, but you're going to have to adjust the number of chains at the beginning to fit your head and what you would like. And we're going to begin this project by attaching our yarn to our crochet hook with a slip knot, and then we're going to chain 60. And if you're unfamiliar with any of the stitches used in this pattern, then please check the links in the description because I will have my stitch tutorials listed down there for you. And once you have your 60 chains in place, go ahead and turn them over. And here what we're going to do is we're going to be working in these back bumps. And this is not the top of the stitch where you have this V formed, but instead it's these back bumps in the back here. And so all you're going to want to do is just place one slip stitch in each of these back bumps back here. And this starts with the very first chain directly beside your crochet hook. So when you get to the end of your row, you should have 60 slip stitches. And when you get to the end of your row and you're on your very last back bump right here, what you're going to want to do is insert your crochet hook and then yarn over with your next color for that last slip stitch. And then from here, you're going to chain one and turn your work. So for this row, what we're going to do is we're going to place one slip stitch in the back loop only of each stitch in our row. And we are going to skip that turning chain. So when you get to the end of your row, you should have 60 slip stitches. And when you get to the very end of your row, after you've placed your last slip stitch, then go ahead and chain one and turn your work. And from here, we're just going to repeat that last row again. So we're going to place one slip stitch in the back loop only of each stitch in our row, and we're going to skip that turning chain. And just like before, when it comes to your very last stitch here, you're going to yarn over with your next color. And once you have your next color on your crochet hook, then just chain one and turn your work. And from here, we're just going to keep repeating these last two rows over and over and over again. So for the next row, you're going to place one slip stitch in the back loop only of each stitch in your row, chain one and turn your work. Then you're going to place one slip stitch in the back loop only of each stitch in your row again. And when it comes to your very last stitch, you're going to change colors by yarning over with your next color. Chain one and turn your work. And we're just going to repeat this over and over and over again until this beanie gets to our desired width. I went ahead and crocheted my beanie to roughly 16 inches. And from here, what we're going to do is just fold these two short ends together like this. And when it comes to adding your last color for your last row, we're going to divide it in half. So go ahead and place the first row of this color and then stop. So from here, what we're going to be doing is we're going to be placing slip stitches to join these two edges together. So the first stitch that we're going to be working in is this blue loop right here. So you've got your yellow, then your blue, then your yellow again. Go ahead and insert your crochet hook up underneath that blue loop. Now I realize this might be a different color for you, but you get the gist. So go ahead and insert your crochet hook there. And then as you can see here, we kind of have these three loops to work into on our other side. We're going to be working into this very last loop right here. So you're just going to insert your crochet hook in that loop. And this row might be a little tight. It was your first row, so it had that chain in there, so that tends to be a little bit tighter. So once you have these two new loops on your crochet hook, then you're just going to drop all of them. Just like that. And you're just going to repeat that for each of your 60 stitches in this row. So go ahead and work the entire row down, joining these two edges together with these slip stitches here. And when you're done joining those two edges together, it should look like this. So now all we're going to do is just cut and tie off our yarn. So I went ahead and cut a strand of yarn that is roughly 2 feet in length. And so basically all I'm going to do is just weave this strand of yarn all along the edge of my beanie here, until I get back to where I originally started weaving. And once you're done weaving this all along your edge, then just go ahead and cinch these two edges together as tightly as you can without breaking the yarn. And then from here, we're just going to tie these two edges together again as tightly as we can without breaking our yarn strand. And as you can see, this is where we joined our beanie together, so the ridge isn't that visible. And I'm going to link in my description to my DIY pom-pom maker because I think this would be really cute with a pom-pom. Please let me know in the comments below if you experienced any issues while you were making this, and I will do my best to help you out. If this video helped you, please give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing to my channel, Lipstick on a Rig. Thank you so much for working with me, and I hope you have a wonderful, awesome day.